Hello everyone, good morning. We'll just wait for everybody to join. So just a couple of minutes, no? Yes. Good morning. Good. So, fine. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are safe and healthy. I'm back at your home. Okay. So, in case you do not know me, my name is Vigneshwaran, and I'm an English language trainer, and I take care of the proceedings with Let's Learn. Yeah. So, I think we'll get started. Yes. Okay. First of all, I'd like to welcome all of you to this session, and I believe it is going to be a wonderful and an exciting one. Okay. Now, as a graduate, I was always fascinated about this idea of campus placements. You know, I used to call it a placement season. Like students who know me, right? They would remember, right? Me referring to like campus placements as a season. It's because it's more like a festival. So much of excitement, energy, emotions all around. Now, as you just go to the next semesters, possibly the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, you will get an opportunity to see what is happening with campus placements, not real, I'd say at close quarters. You'll see your seniors going for placements, and just looking at your seniors preparing for placements, you learn a lot out of it. Yes, unfortunately, this COVID has been really tough on student community. Okay, you have missed out on a lot of things. And if you ask me what is that you have dearly missed, this experience, okay, or this little knowledge you will get, as you see your seniors preparing for campus interviews. This is exactly what you have missed, and this experience will be um, very helpful and essential when you go for the actual placements, right? So I thought of making an effort to get things comfortable for you before you go for placements in the coming days. I thought more than a trainer discussing it, a placement officer, or someone who is, let's say, an expert in these kind of uh, topics, right? How would I, I thought of having him breaking down the process of campus interviews for you. I think that would be better. Okay. So what you're about to hear is more like an inside information. Not many people would possibly get to know that also. I know you have the questions, and I want you people to get the answers today. I'm really confident about it as well. Okay. So I request you to make the most of the session and kindly join me in welcoming, yes, our speaker. Right. So Mr. Dhananjay Kumar. Right. So he's the head of training and placement cell, East Point Group of Institutions, Bangalore. So Dhananjay sir has got multiple facets to his profile. Okay, he's a corporate skill trainer and an aptitude trainer, a social entrepreneur as well. Now, having been associated with different institutes in the past, he likes to work with students at close quarters. And knowing by the students by their pulse, he knows exactly what to offer in terms of placement and training to the learning community. Yes. And for students from SRM, since I've got many students from SRM, there is an interesting information I can provide here. Dhanajay sir has done his MBA from SRM Katankulatu. So he's also technically your senior there. Okay. So that level of comfort will help you with this session as well. So once again, I welcome our speaker, Dhanajay sir, and request him to take our learners through the process of placement interviews.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, dear participants, whatever Mr. Vigneshwaran has told, sir, am I audible without any distortion?
Yes, yes, I say. Perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So, dear participants, whatever Mr. Vigneshwaran has told, it is down to earth attitude of Mr. Vigneshwaran. Probably most of the things what he has told was not in the profile of mine. If you go through the LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile, or any other profile, these things are not written normally because we don't write it, we do it. And sir has told this, Dhananjay sir might be knowing or Dhananjay Kumar might be knowing what exactly is required for the students. Again, extremely sorry for that. I do not know what is required for the student, what best should be done by the students. But yes, I put my 100% effort, or I don't leave any stone unturned to do my level best for the benefit of the student or the society. So I do my job and things do happen. I don't do any magic. We all do combination of smart work and hard work. Personally, I do little bit of hard work and more of smart work. I try to do the things which are possible. I keep learning. Basically, I keep learning from the students, and most of the time, what happens because of those things, because I keep learning from the student, I do understand what is happening in the mind of the student, and we try to find out the best fit of the student for a particular industry. If we talk about placement today, we should understand who can be placed where. I'm not trying to differentiate or categorize the student. I'm not saying that the student who has got 90% of the mark should be placed in MNCs with higher packages. The student who have second class should not be placed. But it is the potential of the student, isn't it? You must be knowing, you would have heard from your seniors, parents, and cousins, many relatives and all, or sometimes from the teachers. What would have happened if Lata Mangeshkar would have thought of doing fighting, right? She understood what she is good at. Sachin Tendulkar, who is a brilliant cricketer, Virat Kohli, Dhoni, MS Dhoni, these people are brilliant cricketers. If they would have thought, I will do singing, I'll do motorbiking. So things could be done. It is not that they were born only to play cricket. If you see Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he does not only play cricket, but he plays football as well. But at one point of time, it is all about the opportunity which is extended to a person. Think of the movie MS Dhoni, because most of you would have heard, seen the movie, was the movie MS Dhoni, right? Untold story. So what happens when he was a goalkeeper of that his team of school team, right? And he was a goalkeeper. He used to play with bigger balls. So when teacher told, will you play for cricket team wherein we require a goalkeeper, or not exactly a goalkeeper, keeper, right? He told no. First option was first answer of MS Dhoni was no. I don't want to. Why? Because I play with bigger balls. What will I do with smaller balls and all? Huh? Who will run behind all this? So that was the thing. But having mentored well, the opportunity given to him, he understood, okay, let's try, give a try. And then he realized being in a football team of that school at that point of time and being the wicket keeper of cricket team of that school, where is more potential for me? Where can I see my career? So he understood and he did well. He started getting batting. He enjoyed batting. He enjoyed keeping. So a lot of different strategies or different positions he got. So that is very important, my dear friends. Rather than it is very easy. We say I don't have in PUC 60%. I'm not eligible for one company. That is true. But what extra are you going to do to change that? Going to the past, changing your 12th marks or PUC marks, whatever you say in your degree or your state or whichever university or board you have done that. We cannot do that. Going to the past, we cannot change. Maybe in the present, we can do something extra during engineering, during our graduation, during our post graduation, during our studies, wherein we can eliminate the mistake we have done in the past. Completely, we can never do. That is true. But can we showcase the recruiter what we are at present, which they will understand, ki, chalo, let's not talk about the past. At present, he is brilliant. Most of the entrepreneurs, I'm sure you would have heard of most of the entrepreneurs, starting from Sir Ambani, to Tatas, to many people who have done things differently. They've started living in the present and trying to build their future rather than thinking about the past. So this is what is all about placement process. So what I do, sir, dear participants, what I do, and I will be telling now here onwards, friends. Mr. Vigneshwaran introduced me as the alumni of SRM University. Yes, I'm a very proud alumni of SRM University. What happens when we are in the college or any university? We don't value that. That happens everywhere. It does not happen to a particular college. It does not happen to a particular university. We take admission in that school, college, or university after seeing the building, the library. When I filled the form of SRM University for MBA, I was fascinated about. I was telling to all my friends, I have filled and mostly I will join that college if I pass, if I have a proper math score, that score, and if I get free seat, I will definitely go there and I will study there. And what I used to tell, I never used to tell ki how brilliant are the faculties there. We get fascinated by the infrastructure. We get fascinated by the library. It has got multi-story library, which looks brilliant during night. And in the prospectus and all, they will show all those. So I was showing that, and most of my friends during engineering. It is the story when I finished my engineering. I was placed in one of the company by the name L&T Infotech, and that year somehow it got delayed. The offer was given, but joining was not given, and we got to know that 9 or 10 month delay will happen. So I thought, let's do MBA because anyways I have written math. So we start prioritizing the wrong things or not very relevant things. I do understand library is a must. It is required to read. But I don't remember in 2 years how many days did I go to library. Definitely I would have gone 50 to 60 plus days. I have spent quite some time in the library. Why? Because it was so good. AC was there, magazines were there, newspapers were there, variety of books were there. But did we really utilize the library the way I thought during my admission is the question. If somebody has, then he would have got or she would have got result. I did at the evening and all, because late evenings and all, you cannot roam around, but you can go to library. So I've utilized library for that. So if you are one among those who is enjoying life, kudos to yourself. Yes, I repeat, if you are one who is enjoying your life, then this is what is required from life. Life is to enjoy. Now, coming to studies, balancing and all, we will be talking in few other, like in coming time. During the session, definitely we'll be talking about balancing life, how to make priorities for yourself, considering something is happening, what should happen next, right? So all those things are we are going to talk about. Let's talk about, because I was told let's take from placement process. I was told most of the students or audience who are joining. Yeah, one more thing. Here onwards, no audience, no students. All are friends. Most of the friends are going to just write in the comment. Friends are okay. Are you accepting my friendship, guys? For another 1 hour, at least for 1 hour. And I don't leave my friends. Later also we can be friends. Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me and you are accepting my friendship. Just write yes in the comment box. I'll get to know. Yeah, on the screen it is friends. Correct? Okay, I get yeah, started. Good. Friends is fine. Okay, friend. Oh, wonderful. Sai Charan. One step ahead. Very good. He also has accepted me as a friend and he is telling yes. Mitra Maddie is telling yes. Krishna is telling yes. Oh, so most of the people, okay, Disha is telling yes. Started with somebody. Oh, very good. Super. So I am happy to have so much of, joshful. You know what is Josh? Josh is something which is full of power, right? A lot of energy is there. You have got a Josh, and we are going to rock the floor today. Let's talk about placements. Okay, placement process starts this way. Your placement officer or placement head or anybody in the placement team, college placement team, invites the company. Number one is invitation goes from the company to the recruiter. Recruiter accepts it, having some job opening with them, right? Number one is invitation goes to the corporate. Corporate accepts the invitation. Okay. After invitation, what happens? A job description. What is job description? A job description is sent to a college back, telling that job description will have two, three things. One will be job role. What kind of job roles they are looking for? Like the opening have the job opening which is there. In that job, student or candidate who is selected, my dear friends, will have to do so and so. Something like they'll be software engineer. As a software engineer or developer, they'll have to develop. Software developer, as a developer, they have to develop. Software tester, as a tester, you'll have to test the codes. You might be network engineer, you might be support engineer, you might be mechanical engineer, you might be civil engineer. In that civil engineering, design job will be there. You'll have job of site engineer job will be there. You'll have quality job there. In the industry of manufacturing, suppose somebody goes, you'll have manufacturing job wherein you are working on CNC machine or different machines. Sometimes it is into quality. You are on the floor. You are in different sales and suppose Flipkart, Amazon has a lot of requirements nowadays. For what? For supply chain management, right? In the warehouse, you should work into supply chain management. So again, steps are there. So all those are given in job description. Number one, what is the role of the job? Then next comes the eligibility. Who are eligible? Suppose you guys are 2021 passing out batch. So I told supply chain. Supply chain who can do? Can engineers do? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But who are specialized in that? Anybody who is doing BBA, BBM in supply chain or BCom, BBA, like graduates, basically graduates or MBA again in supply chain. So these kind of people fit there. When we talk about software developer, who fits there? Engineers having computer science background, something like computer science engineers or IT engineers, information science or information technology, whatever you say. Sometimes electronics engineers, electrical engineers. Most of few of the companies like MNCs, at least from India and even from Indian MNC or MNC from abroad, right? So companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, they do not differentiate. They say, I am looking for a person who is engineer, and suppose eligibility, in case eligibility is 10th, 12th, and engineering or graduation throughout 60% or 60 GPA. So that will come as a eligibility. And then having taken the student, we will have our own training. We can make everybody train everybody, and they will be productive from day 1, day 2, or day 5, or day 10th, or after a month, after 6 months, after 9 months. So that goes from company to company, that varies. So I'm repeating once again, the process started with invitation from placement cell, acceptance of invitation from the corporate, job description being shared from the corporate to your placement team, wherein eligibility comes, job role comes, job designation comes, and there comes the most important thing which we all be looking for. Can you comment and tell what is that? What is one thing which all the candidates will be looking for, which will be present in the job description? Yeah, I'm looking at your comments now. Can you guys tell me what is that fourth point which we all normally look like? Whenever we speak to our student, most of the things they say, then they will ask, what is the return on investment, sir? Very good. Sai Charan is telling skills. Skills is fine, very good. Skills is something which you are looking at. Okay, somebody is telling again, Ganeshan is telling this is skill set, very good. Skill set, eligibility criteria. Krishna, we have already spoken eligibility criteria in the job description. Yeah. Tarun has got it right. Mohit has got it right. Oh, cheers, guys. So most of the time when I speak to my students, they ask me, sir, how much is the salary, sir? How much this will come? Return on investment. Vignesh is telling pay. What is the pay? Correct. Vishal is telling interview. Definitely, interview will come next. Okay, I have somebody who is telling talent, skill, eligibility, and the salary. Wonderful. Oh, great. Wonderful. So what happens? In the job description, you will have all those formalities. All the information about the job is given in that. What is the eligibility, where you will have to work, job location, other things and all. When you have to go for a job, when does that job is, whether the job is full time or it is going to be internship, all those details are given in that job description. What happens next? When having all those job description, again your placement team, they share the complete job description to the student and say, if you are eligible, do apply for the job. Option is given to you. You are never forced for job. Why? Because it is your job to be self-motivated. If you feel, yes, I should do it. Here comes the question mark, students. This is something which is very necessary. If you are eligible for a job, that does not mean all the jobs which are you are eligible for, you should start sitting for that and giving your best. No. You should self-analyze yourself. You should have a thorough check about yourself, what you are good at. It may happen you are doing engineering, but you are very good in sales. And how do you get to know how you are, whether you are good in sales or not? If you have the capability of convincing. During your internals, when you struggle to get marks, are you able to negotiate with your faculties? Are you able to convince your faculties, HODs, all those, to increase that 1 or 2 mark, which will change your career, which can change your percentage? If yes, you are a very good salesman or saleswoman. Coming to next point. If you guys are going for a party, 10 students, 10 friends are going. 10 friends have thought of going for a party, and 2 friends wants to back out. They're telling, no, I don't want to go. This is the problem. That is the problem. Are you the one who initiates the talk? Do you go to them and try to convince them? Do you try your best? And have you seen out of 10 times, 7 or 8 times you are able to convince all those things? Yeah. If yes, you are going to be, you have a very good sales skills. You would have seen out of 10 people what happens, 1 or 2 will have that leadership skill. They will talk, hey, come macha, we'll go. Let's go, yaar. What is this? Chalo, chalta hai. Okay. You have got online class. Okay. What we will do? Online class definitely we will take, and we will come back before that. I know studies are important, so we will come back before that. You convince. Somebody says, "Okay, I don't have money." What do you say? Okay, chalo, yeah, this time I distribute. I will give it to you. My expenses. Next time, what you do? You take care of mine. So, but you will not see all 10 people, or out of that two, if they are backing out, all the 8 remaining people will do this. This is your extra effort. That is the attitude, or that is what is extra in you. See, extraordinary. If you see something called extraordinary, or the person who is extraordinary, he is also ordinary. Only thing is something he has got extra. If you add that extra and ordinary, that becomes extraordinary. So, do you have those skills which can change your personality from ordinary or common personality to extraordinary individual? Hope you understood. Once again, I'm repeating, make it bold, let it go to your mind directly. Do you have that extra attitude, extra ability, extra capability, extra skills, extra talent, whatever that extra? Do you have that extra which can transform or change your personality from ordinary to extraordinary? Same faculties are teaching all the class students. We see few students fail, few students top, and most of the student will be in good or below good, like average category, right? So where is the change? Where is that change? The option. What happens? That extra. Everybody has studied 2 hours per day. Everybody studied 2 hours per day. If somebody had studied 2 hour 5 minute, 2 hour 10 minute, that extra will fetch him some extra, and little extra will give you more extra in your life. Remember this. Basic skills are there. So for a leadership, to become a leader, what you should have? Somebody has written, okay, very good. Ajay Yadav is writing, we need basic skills like team building, leadership, communication skills, problem solving skills. Oh, super. Great. So I have a lot of friends who have joined here, whom I can learn from whom I can learn. Very good. So where we were in the process wherein job description is shared with you and you are asked to apply. Students do apply. When application is over, there comes the day which we all the friends who are looking for job would be waiting for. Desperately, you are waiting for the day when company will visit your campus. The company visits. I'm talking about on campus. We'll talk about off campus. The same thing will happen in off campus. Directly, instead of placement office, it may be directly floated to you. You apply directly to the company, and the company, you are called for the interview. This may happen coming to campus. So the company comes to your campus. Big welcome happens to the company. We try our best. The complete college, management, staff, principal, placement team, students, volunteers, who else, starting from Pune to chairman of the company, everybody tries openly, open-hearted, welcome the HR delegates who come on the day and keep trying them happy. Why? Because human being, right? Human resources are also human resources. They are resources, but they are human. And human love welcome. If somebody welcomes in the morning, what happened before the starting of the session? I was welcomed. So I was feeling very happy. I was smiling, right? This is human tendency. Whenever somebody is welcome, we feel yes, it is good. So we try to welcome them open-heartedly, and finally the placement process starts. Before actual placement process starts, there is something called pre-placement talk. What is that? That is pre-placement talk. I'm sure you would have heard of, or you would have witnessed that. Being in the final year, a lot of companies would have come to your campus, and you would have definitely seen all those things happening. So in the pre-placement talk, company try to tell you about the company, about the job role, about the CTC, and other few things which is very much necessary for you to work for the company, for the betterment of your career and for the betterment of the company. It is something like what is a job? In one of the example was given, one of the expert told it is similar to getting married. Before getting married, we talk about, suppose my friends are gents here, a lot of boys are there. Before marrying a girl, what do? You try to find out about the girl. what she is doing, what is her age, what is her color, what is her pay, if she is working or not, which family she belongs to, right? Similarly, girl, before getting married to a boy, the must first question is what is the age, and second question is what is the salary. Remaining comes later. We talk about the family and other things, background and all, how good is the person, but these two things also come, right? Okay, come out of that. So this is exactly the why this example has come here, because having said about a job, you should do your homework. This is your life wherein you are getting married. Similarly, in the company, they are telling it is a marriage between the candidate and the company. This is an agreement. This is a mutual agreement that they will work and both will do something for themselves and the others. When I work, I'll be looking for a good salary, good growth. Parallelly, I'll do justice to the organization. I will add values to the organization. Similarly, for the organization I work, organization will do justice to myself, me, all the candidates who are working there, all the professionals who are working there. Then our marriage will long last, right? Or the marriage will last long. Otherwise, break up. Again, breakup happens, divorce happens, and we apply for another company. Another company also take us, and another story starts there. So having homework about the company is most relevant things, my dear friend. Which most of the why I focused on this, why I'm spending time on this, because I have seen my 70% of the candidates do not go to job description much in detail, because they go with eligibility. Oh, am I eligible? I'll go for that. Over. And then they never go to the company portal to see how is the company doing. Any company, XYZ company is hiring, you should go to the portal, see the latest news, who is the CEO, who has started this, how many years old company it is. You'll get to know about the stability of the company. You want to work with a company which is stable, right? You are looking for your career growth. You are not going to do charity. Coming to startups also, you should know who are the founders, right? Somebody telling I have started a company and tomorrow it will close, you cannot work with them. For startups, when the company is not bad, very stable, at least their founder should be stable, right? If Amitabh Bachchan says ki chalo, I'm starting a company, would you like to join me? I'm sure everybody will. If MS Dhoni says, if Sachin Tendulkar says, because those people will not spoil their name just by trying something new. So we know they have already achieved few things. They are passionate about doing something. So we are ready to work with them, isn't it? So pre-placement talk happens. So you should, during that, if pre-placement talk is one of the brilliant session where you get time to showcase yourself. Let's see how. Pre-placement talk. Suppose XYZ company has come. HRs will be talking about XYZ. They talk about XYZ company, background history, this, blah, blah, blah. Most of the things you know. They will ask you a question. Do you have any question from us? Most of the time, students do not ask any question. Considering, chalo, anyways, why to ask question in front of everybody? What we will do, we'll write the test. If I get, anyways, I'll get to know about the company. That is the time when you can start showcasing yourself to the complete organization, whoever has come. You must have some questions ready-made with you. You would have done your homework. You will have some good questions to ask and have some decent question to ask. Don't ask what is the CTC. CTC is something which was known to you in the job description. During the pre-placement talk also they would have told how is the, so ask something which is very social kind of question, which shows you have done R&D and your thought process. That should talk about your attitude, personality, right? So some questions you should ask. They will definitely tell, oh great, this is the person. How we were reading out, now I'm reading out Ajay Yadav name, right? Ajay Yadav will be known to everybody. I have seen somebody has spoken about talent, skills, eligibility, salary, and all, right? So similarly, we spoke about few people. Showcase you are the one who has got that leadership skill, who can start on his own, because group discussion that is going to happen. So having pre-placement talk. After pre-placement talk, what happens? Yeah, it is coming. Pre-placement talk, ask questions. It is very important to ask some number of questions. Different people should ask from this corner, that corner, back, front, all those. And what will happen after 5-10 questions? Immediately they will only ask you, okay, having not much of time, shall we move on to the process? And they will go. But they would have identified the first 5 people. First person to for sure. The person who asked the question first, for sure he'll be remembered throughout the interview process. And when you come for interview, you have one extra advantage of being the initiator. You'll have a small soft corner for sure. If not, in case not, then zero. You are as good as a normal candidate. It's okay. That was about pre-placement. Coming to first round, which is the first round? Most of the time, which is the first round? Most 70 to 80% of the companies will have aptitude as first round during virtual drive. Now, during Corona, what is happening? Virtual drives are happening. So, virtual online test will happen wherein aptitude will be. Aptitude again compromises of 2-3 things. First is quantitative aptitude. Aptitude does not mean number. Aptitude does not mean number at all. Questions based on mathematics. No. Aptitude means when you have 3-4 options and you are asked to find one of the relevant best answer. Yeah. Shravan is telling aptitude. Very good. Aptitude means first round is aptitude. In aptitude, you will have one part which is mathematics, which is called quantitative aptitude. Okay. That will be all about numbers. Mathematics, right? So mathematics, if you know normal mathematics, and the questions, the beauty of that aptitude is the questions are asked from class 6 to class 10. If you have passed class 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, all the answers you can do without any if and not. What is important? Then why do the company ask? Because they are looking for thought process out of the box. They want to hire somebody who thinks out of the box. And what is that out of the box? Management of time. Here, management of time. A question can be solved in 2 minutes, right? A question can be solved in 2 minutes, but the minute which will be the time which will be allotted to that question will be something around 30 seconds to 1 minute, maximum 1.5 minutes. So how to solve that 30 question within 30 minutes is the big question mark here. That comes with practice, starting thinking differently, right? So that is how it starts. Now, aptitude. So apart from quantitative aptitude, you will have basic English. Again, English is very easy. Preposition and all are asked. Passages and all do come in that. So it is normal grammar, English grammar and all, which will be asked. Punctuations, questions based on fill in the blank and all those things. Preposition and all will be asked. So normal question that also could be done. And the last one is the reasoning. So quant, reasoning, and communication, or English, basic English communication. Round 2 when we come, most of the time round 2 will be group discussion. Group discussion, right? Some companies will have technical first, some companies will have group discussion first. But most of the companies follow after aptitude test, you will have group discussion. As the name itself says, it is group discussion round. Group discussion round. A mistake what we do, my dear friends, here is we start fighting with each other. We start showing our personal communication skill during that round. That is something which should be avoided. I'm not telling you do not speak. I'm telling, as the name is group discussion, instead of speaking, let's discuss. Healthy talk should happen. Somebody should start, right? A topic, normally, traditionally, what happens here? Normally happens, a topic is given to you and you guys are told to, discuss, right? Asked to discuss. Now, discussion, somebody should initiate. They get the person who initiates, in case HR does not say who to start from, then somebody should initiate. Initiator will get extra bonus point. So you should wait for that time. When give a pause of 5 seconds, 2 seconds, you see nobody has started, Fatak says start. You'll have one extra point for that. After that, Speak for precisely 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes, not more than that. 1 minute to 2 minutes, that's all. Will GD happen in C virtual interview? Somebody is asking, will GD happen? Trying to write whether GD happens in virtual interview. Definitely in the virtual life also, when the virtual thing is going on, still GD happens. Yeah, group discussion nowadays happening. A lot of companies are doing. I personally this year I have done more than 30 group discussions which are virtual. What happens on MS Team or whichever platform the company has got? Sometimes on Zoom, sometimes on Team. They call the student in a group of 12 to 16 and they tell students to ask and the camera will be on. On the screen we can see 16 people and that time again this is very good, very good. Somebody has asked and clap for you. One point you reminded me in the virtual group discussion, turn on your camera and don't think somebody else is speaking. So I will do something, I will see here, I will drink water, I will talk to somebody putting on mute. These all things, most of the time it is getting recorded. So these all things are monitored by human resource HR, right? And you get points for that, you get negative points for doing all this, right? So yes, dear friend, whoever has asked, thank you so much for that. And yes, during virtual interview also, virtual group discussion happens in most of the companies. Yes, it is happening. Interview also happens. So that was about group discussion. Somebody will have to end. Try to finish your introduction and all other things and all, or your points. Jot down the points. It is good if the topic is given, just jot down the point. It may happen the person who is coming at the last. Suppose after 5 people speaking, then sixth person or 10th person or 12th person will think, oh my God, I got an opportunity at the last, and what is happening? All the points are already spoken. This also happens most of the time. This happens that all the topics are already spoken. What do I speak? Then comes your thought process. In English, we had learnt about two different type of sentences: active voice, passive voice. Change. Okay, somebody is asking active voice. Somebody has already told if this happens, add some values to that. Use the name of the person. Okay, okay, Santosh. Yeah, I agree with Santosh. You can start with this. You talk about, my name is Dhananjay Kumar. I am from Computer Science Department of this. My CGPA is this. Yeah, coming to the point. Because you do not have the point to speak much. So what you can do, this is group discussion. In the group, what happens when you talk to friends? If somebody says, let's go for movie, you say, yeah, looks like good idea. Rahul has told it right. You can start the same way here. What you can start with is, yeah, Rahul, yeah, I agree to the point of Rahul. I would like to add. Suppose he has told something, you just add something. If you try adding, then things will be fine. So that again comes to your point. You add somebody, okay, Rita, you have told this. You cannot counter someone in the group discussion. Most of the time, quarrel starts. People start fighting because somebody would have told the monthly age of monthly wage of Indian workers are this. Suppose X, and you feel no, you have read somewhere it is Y, and you say no, what wrong? What rubbish you are talking? The moment you use unprofessional words, you lose your marks. What you can tell, Rita, I hear you telling X is the wage of people or worker in India, but according to Times of India, wherever you have heard, according to Times of India, which I read in the month of March 2021, I could remember it was given why is the quote. So I feel why this is the right thing. Also would like to appreciate somebody you appreciate. Use the name of the person. That shows you are keen. You are keen about the group discussion, and you were listening to other people. Why? Because it is a group effort, right? Group discussion, group effort. You have to keep most of the people happy and highlight the people who are right. You have to go with them. So there comes your skills of going in group. It is not about individual. Then at last, once the group discussion ends, at last somebody has to conclude. So conclusion happens. Okay, conclusion is something like what is the crux out of it? What is the finding? Okay, having said this, we found to this, we found that this is right. This is not right. Children education, or child marriage, if somebody is given, women empowerment, if that topic is given, related to politics normally is not given, but if in case it is given, or any virtual class, or physical classrooms during corona. So all those things, if it is having examination is good, or cancellation of examination is better. So if these all questions are asked, it is not always about what comes from your heart, what comes using from your heart, but using your brain as well. Both should be taken care of. Okay, Vidyasagar is asking, how does one stand out during a group discussion? Vidyasagar, very good question. How can somebody stand out during a group discussion? Number one is if you initiate. Again, this does not mean 20 people are there and out of 20, 5 people want to start. And they say, hey, shut up, I'm starting. Hey, you keep mum. So you cannot do all this, right? Or somebody will tell, no, I started first. Fair chance should be given to me, right? You don't talk. So those things should not happen. What you can do is look for your chance. If getting a fair chance, you can start, initiate. Second number is go with points. If most of the group discussion, what happens when the topic is given, they will give you 2 minutes of time to think, or 5 minutes of time to think. Jot down the paper on a paper the points. Okay, these are my findings. If somebody is speaking that time also, you can jot down something. What was the facts and figures given by somebody? So you should present very nicely. Your presentation is what they are looking at, and your confidence. See, group discussion, they don't want to see your communication. This is not a communication round at all. But as communication, your communication is the part of your attitude or your personality. If they are looking for individual personality, right? Do you owe a very good personality or not? Do you respect people or not? Do you fight with people, or do you try to convince the people? If you can do all those, you will be the one who will stand out during this interview. Stand out in the sense, you'll be the out performer. You'll perform outstanding. Hope I was clear, Vidyasagar. Very nice. Okay, I could see some more questions. Okay, Sai Charan is asking, will this process happen for every company is coming for placement, like Aptitude, GD and all? Yes, Charan, 70 to 80% of the companies do this, whichever profile it is, right? Whichever profile, if you go, normally companies will have 5 rounds of interview, 4 to 5 rounds, most of the companies will have. That will be Aptitude, group discussion, technical interview, personal interview, HR, these 5. Now, coming to companies like Google, Cisco and all, they may have 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 16 rounds. I've seen companies having 16 rounds as well, multiple technical rounds, right? But few companies, which like mechanical company, few of the mechanical company, most of the mechanical company also have all this. But few mechanical companies, and then all they feel, I don't want Aptitude to be added, or I don't want GG to be added. It is open to the company, but mostly yes. I would say 70% of the companies follow all the rounds which we are talking about. That is Aptitude round, group discussion round, technical interview, whichever department you belong to, personal interview, and human resource round. Few of the companies combine point 4 and number, placement process, which is 4th number and 5th number. That is personal interview and HR interview. Sometimes HR only come for personal interview. Why? Because personal interview is something personal, right? So they start doing both. But yes, hope I answered your question. Yeah, Tarun is asking how to personally oppose an opinion of someone in a group. Very good, very good. Group decision, what happens? Suppose if the give me a topic, what should be the topic? Give me a topic of group discussion, I'll tell you, because I don't want to give a topic to myself. It will be unfair. I'll tell you, Tarun. I agree. What you can do is, if Tarun is telling, suppose Shilpa is one person. Shilpa told, woman empowerment is good, required. Suppose whether woman empowerment should happen or not, or should there be any quota for women or ladies, women in all the IT companies? Should there be a quota which should be mandate from the government that this percentage of seats should go to women only? Okay, so I'm sure debate will happen. Normal people may say, a lot of people will go against that, a lot of people will go with that. Suppose you got a person who is telling, yes, it must happen. It must happen. 30% of the seats should be reserved for ladies only. That should not be given to gents. So, Tarun, if you want to oppose, if you feel you should oppose this, you can tell, yeah, as told by my friend Satish, I don't agree strongly with this. I don't totally agree with this. You can tell. Women empowerment is not about creating a quota or a reservation. Reservation should not be on the basis of gender. It should be on the basis of talent. Right? Having, we know in our society we have, everybody is started. Most of the people have started respecting people. To respect people or to make women more employable, education is required, not the quota. What will happen in this case? Having 30% quota which is reserved for the ladies, they will avail this quota for admission or getting the job in this company. Plus, out of 70% which is there, again there also ladies will sit. So what we will see, the outperformer, the performer in this 30% quota, the quality of candidate who will be working for this company may come down. It may happen because you'll not get so many ladies who are extremely talented. I'm not talking about whether ladies are talented or not. I know the best manager I have seen is my mother. So I respect my mother. I respect my wife. I respect my sister. I respect my daughter. So though I respect all the women that we do, but it is about a rule which should be mandated or not. So according to me, you can put this way. I don't totally agree, or this is my thought. Yeah, as rightly said by Shilpa. But Shilpa, what I feel, this comes from my mind. My perspective is little different. You can put all this, use all those phrases. My perspective is little different on this. I have another part of the coin to talk about. Right? Coins have two faces, right? So if we talk about another side of this, then this will go good. Hope I was able to answer to your query, Tarun. Yeah, do we have any question? Yeah. So with this, what happens? Your group discussion get over. Okay. Mitra Maddie is asking how to address recruiter during interview. Should we address them as sir or ma'am? Yes, we need to. Yeah, Maddie, what happens, or Mitra, what happens here? It is what we say is talking about our society, wherever we belong to. Being in the college, you are told to say sir or ma'am, sir, madam, or ma'am, whatever, to the ladies and gentlemen who are elder to you, isn't it? You call your professor sir or ma'am. You call your outside people sir or ma'am. Similarly, if the guest come or HR do come that day, you should always tell sir and ma'am only on that day, unless they tell you to call them with their name. It may happen you'll tell, hi Mohan, how are you? Why? Because Mohan is always called Mohan in the company. That is company culture, not the college culture. So we need not to change our culture just because somebody has foreigner has come to us. If the American has come to India, we will greet them what is best in ours. We will not change our culture because of them. But when we will go to Rome, be a Roman is fine. The phrase says, when you are in Rome, be a Roman. When you are in America, be an American. That is fine. But when Americans does come to you, you need not to change. So it is good, advisable to say sir and ma'am, unless they say no, call me John, call me Preeti, because my name is Preeti, and I look pretty when I'm called Preeti. Right? Hope this is clear now. Any other question? Dikshan is asking, as an average, how many students will be selected from a single group discussion? My experience is having 16 to 20 people, I get always conversion up from 50 to 70% of the candidate. Again, it depends on the group. If the group is such that all the students are outstanding, I have seen the numbers as 70%. In certain groups, I have seen none selections. Every year we get some groups wherein all the students try to go at the last and they don't speak. So it purely depends on your personal uh, performance rather than a rule that set of rule that HR would have come. Ki, Chalo, I'll take 50% out of this or 70% out of this. If you speak well, you are selected, and these rounds are rejection rounds. Basically, these rounds are done only to reduce the numbers. Yeah, aptitude round is not the selection round, it is a rejection. Group discussion round is not the selection round, it is rejection round. So you should make sure you don't get rejected, is the real achievement for you. Yeah. Sai Krishna is asking, suppose if company X, okay, comes to university starting placement process, how much time do they take or they rush up? It again depends from company to company. Most of the companies, when they come to your campus, they don't rush up at all. Why? Because they would have already seen, your placement team already would have told how many students, complete data which is taken by placement team of the student from the student. You apply for a job, right? So that data goes to them. So suppose 200 students have applied for a job. So the 200 number of data, the student candidate list, goes to the company. Company do understand 70 to 80% of the student will always be there available for the job most of the time. Sometimes if the university is good and students are really good, 100% attendance they see. So they consider minimum 80% will be there or the maximum 100% of the student may come. So they will allot themselves. Okay, I need 4 hours of time or 8 hours of time to within 6 hours of time. Suppose I can interview only 50 candidates. Having 200, so they will come in a number of 4. So HR number of HR also changes, or the team or the group members changes based on the number of applicants. Hope I'm clear, Krishna. Thanks for your question. Sudeep is asking, for every job role brought by top MNCs to student, does it involve coding, or coding round is must for every job role provided by MNC? See, MNC is multinational company, right? And the job role of MNC need not to be only technical. MNC, okay, Flipkart, India-based MNC, Amazon, foreign-based MNC, Walmart. So these companies, if they hire a supply chain graduate, coding is not required. Sales job, Jaro Education, HDFC Bank, these all are MNCs, right? Banking, MNC. They are banks, but MNC. They are available everywhere. Axis Bank, Citibank, a lot of companies. Maruti may have. Suppose Maruti is a company, right? So Maruti may hire mechanical or automobile engineer for technical jobs. They may hire chemical engineers and all to see to this how the part and all does, or to reduce the weight of the part. Some chemical changes they will try to do, wherein something new should be used to reduce increase the efficiency of the car. So they may hire them. So when they are hiring chemical engineer, mechanical engineer, automobile engineer, then coding will be there. Coding in the sense, then their coding. Coding is you. What you mean is IT coding, right? So IT coding will not be there. What will be there? Technical round will be there. But when they hire somebody for sales, coding is not required, or technical skills are not required. Again, coding is very specific to IT job. So most of the companies, if they are hiring engineers for coding job, for developer, tester, all those kind of profiles, then coding mostly it will be there. Yes, it will be there. Yeah, can we have the next question, please? Okay, very different name is there. Maximus Crime. Okay, how to prepare for the technical round or coding round? How to brush up the technical subjects as far the companies are concerned. What you can do is during the examination, what we do uh, before the examination completely, when we start our classes and all, we go through the complete syllabus once. But just before the examination, we try to go with the past question papers. Same applies for the companies. When you have a company, go and just find out last 2 3 years question paper, what kind of questions were asked, or when you apply, they will give you the skill sets required. In there, they will tell, I'm looking for HTML, I'm looking for Java, I'm looking for machine learning. We are looking for candidate who know data structure. So if all those things are given, give more focus to that those topics rather than complete. It is good to know complete syllabus, but as it cannot be refreshed within or revised within a certain time of few hours, 1 or 2 days. So what you can do is last question paper you do, have a look to the question, the topics which were given in the job description, skill set, and revise only those things. Yeah, hope I was clear. Maximus. Okay, Saravana Priya. Okay. Knowledge is one coding language. Knowledge in one coding language, including data structure, is enough. Or we have to gain more knowledge. Uh, uh, Again, Priya, it depends on the company, job to job. Most of the companies would require, if we are talking about IT job, if you belong to computer science, information science, these all or any similar branches, circuit branches, data structure is something which is a must most of the time. Data structure, knowledge of said data structure is very much required. Along with that, you should know one programming language as well. Programming language, there is no restriction. Again, 70 to 80% of the companies will not tell you you should know Java, C, C++, all those. What they will ask, any programming language, your logic should be. Why? Because see, if we change the programming language, if you know 2 plus 2 is 4, you can find by 2 plus 2 on finger 2 plus 2, right? So I can add this way, which is the childhood days. Otherwise, I can write on pen and on a paper 2 plus 2, and I can do, or I can use calculator 2 plus 2, right? But answer will be 4 only. So programming languages can be learned. You should know the funda, you should know the algorithm, you should know the flow chart, you should know the concept of that. If you know that, it is more than sufficient. So for you, Priya, one along with data structure, you must know one programming language at least. Hope I was clear. Okay, we have another question from Tarun. Very good. Will the HR evaluate us even on second options of others, opinion of others? Sorry. Will the HR evaluate us even on seconding opinion of others? What if it is very controversial topic and all we can say is negative point? No, it does not. See, Tarun, in the group discussion, they are looking at people. They are not looking at their. Uh, I'm telling most of the time. Again, it can go wrong as well. It depends. Why? Because human resources there. The person changes from one person to another person. If you do the same mistake, your one teacher would have told you, okay, this is the last working. Another teacher would have told you, okay, -2 marks cut. Or third teacher would have given you punishment. Fourth teacher would have told, okay, we will tell the student should be expelled from the college, something. So it depends from person to person. Most of the time, what will happen, if the topic, they will not try to give you the topic wherein everything negative you will talk about. First of all, if it does happen, they are looking at what is your thought process, how nicely do you present, how is your marketing skills, how is your communication skills, right? A lot of negative things are there which can be put in a positive manner. So there are two things. One is complaint, one is suggestion. If you give a feedback or suggestion, it is to be appreciated. If you complain, it is to be negative. It is something to be not appreciated, right? Which nobody will appreciate. So this is what we should remember. It do happen second opinion and all. If the mass feel or most of the student feel this GD topic we do not know, so you can tell if we are not okay with this, or can we have a change of topic. So most of the times companies do change the topic as well. I have seen personally. They ask most of the student, are you comfortable with this? If the majority says yes, they go with that, otherwise they come with another topic. Yeah, hope I was able to clear your doubt, Tarun. Sai Charan, what is best, attending for placement or going for higher studies? Due to this pandemic situation, I heard only that only few companies coming for hiring. Oh my God, Sai Charan, this is a very good question. But the second part is you have heard only few companies are coming for hiring. Not at all. Get in touch with people, go online, get yourself registered on different portals. Personally, I have in my college, if I'm allowed to tell that, probably 150 plus opportunities during pandemic we have given. We are very much stressed. We are very much, busy these days compared to normal days. During the pandemic, everybody has come online, so opportunities are extended to students like anything. Because now this thing has gone. Okay, I will go to tier one, tier two colleges only. I'll go to this city only. Because Bangalore or earlier what was happening, metro cities and all were getting advantage of that, of the place, right? Regional benefits, but that is not there, right? Because all the students were from pan India or sometimes from outside country also. They are in the native, so companies have allowed everybody to apply most of the time. So if you have heard the numbers are coming down, no, it has come up. Probably you should get in touch with your placement team. They will advise you and they will tell you, the things have come up. And what is best, whether attending the placement must be your priority. Higher studies, I would not say you should go only if you're not placed. If you are really looking for something, you must go for that. But I'm sure having doing any professional course, if in case you're doing engineering or any other professional course, if you are doing a professional course, you have a question mark, always one thing in mind. What is that? That is return on investment. What if I am, it is not only about money. Return on investment is your investments are two. One is the monetary investment, another one is the time you are spending. 3 years of normal graduation, or 4 years of engineering, or 5 years of MBBS, or so on, right? Any courses. So most of our graduate courses ranges between 3 years to 5 years. So 3 to 5 quality years of your life you are spending. If the average age of a human being is 60, having said 3 years, it is 20%, right? 20% of your complete journey you are going to spend. So you should get return on investment, right? Yeah. So higher studies, according to me, you should go only if you are looking at. But placement is something which you must sit for. Abhinav is asking, sir, how do I ask about something that I did wrong during the interview so that I can improve myself in future? Most of the time, Abhinav, HS will not have time to tell where did you go wrong. What you can do is you can ask your friends near you, or you can try to see the person who has got offered, or suppose in a group discussion, if somebody is selected and you spoke, still you feel you are not selected, go reach out to that person who is selected, leave your ego, let your E go. Ego is ego, right? Keep E means electronics, right? Virtual things. So we will keep that electronic power with us. Let the ego go. Go and talk to that candidate and tell, boss, congratulations, you have made it. Now I need a fair answer from you. Let me know where did I go wrong. And if, having said all those things, if you say, I'm sure the person will be able to tell you where did you go wrong. Sometimes more speaking also problem, less speaking is also problem. Grammatical problem is a problem, sentence framing might be a problem, speaking too loud might be a problem, speaking too less will be a problem, facial expression, not giving the facial expression might be a problem, laughing on others can be a problem, having a negative body language can be a problem, not showing the positive body language can be the problem. So a lot of problems can be there. You ask your friends, it is always better rather than asking the recruiter. Why? Because most of the time they may not give. Why? Because they have come for something else and they'll be too much of busy. Yeah, Abhinav, hope I was able to clear your doubt. Next question, please. I'm really happy to see this kind of engagement. I have spoken to people, definitely, yes, but this kind of crowd wherein my friends are speaking, oh dear friends, you people have taken it literally, the meaning of friend, right? Great. Shikhar Dikshit, okay, Dikshit, somewhere from UP, if I'm not wrong. Shikhar is asking, what is better, sir, making projects for adding in resume on a single technology or different topics? Like all projects focus on ML or on multiple topics such as ML as well as cloud computing? Very good question. Very good question, Shikhar. Shikhar, what happens here? I remember Jack or some saying is there, right? Jack of all trade, master of none. But most of the time, it is good to have hands-on on different things, have the flavor of different things. If you can learn and do projects on different topics, and you understand 70% or 80% of that project very nicely. I'm sure all the things you cannot understand everything. Though you do yourself, you'll not be able to remember. And the technology we are going to use, we cannot know completely. But having the flavor of different projects in the resume. If you say project one was based on ML, number two, I did web designing. Number three, what I did, I tried solving a problem using Internet of Things. Cloud computing, I think I used. Server support, I did into cloud, something I supported this company into cloud technologies. So it is always good. But be open to this, Dikshit, to answer to the queries. The moment you start putting many things in your resume, you are inviting the recruiter to ask you questions based on different topics. If I say I have done a project on Java, I have done a project on C, C++, I have done another project on ML, I have done a project wherein I have used cyber security. So people think as you have done the project, you must know. They will ask me a question from cyber security. My bad luck, I did not answer. They'll ask me another question from Python. I did not answer. They will throw me out of the room. They will not ask me Java questions, C, C++, which I might have answered. Considering this guy is a liar, this girl is a liar. He or she writes something irrelevant on resume, and there is a big question mark to answer. So keep this, everybody. Again, remember this. Never lie to a recruiter. Never lie, at least in your resume, because resume is not something which you are saying, you are writing. It is documented. Once it is documented, you can be asked questions based on that time and again at any point of time, and it will be very difficult for you to defend if you do not know. In case you know, it is good. So coming back to Dikshit, if you can learn different technologies, please go ahead and do. Just for writing sake, if you want to do, okay, let's do one internship or project on different technologies because it will add value to my resume. Definitely, it will add, but it will add negative value to your personality if you do not know. If you can justify, please go ahead. It is good to have multiple technologies. Yeah, thank you. Tarun. Oh, Tarun is coming back. Okay, time and again. Very good. Very good to see Tarun asking many doubts. Why do companies ask competitive coding even for a basic job role? Though one has mentioned he possesses only beginner to intermediate level cognition in the programming language in the resume. See what happens most of the time, Tarun, if you understand, it is about demand supply ratio. Supply and demand, right? When the demand is high and the supply is less, the cost of the commodity increases, right? GST. If you talk about finance, this is what happens. Rate of commodity, right? Expenditure is equal to rate of commodity into consumption. If your consumption increases, then cost of uh, the total expenditure also will increase, right? So if engineers are highly easily available in the market, the number of engineers which is high in any country or any state or any city, and the job requirements are limited, this may happen. But believe me, students, companies normally do not ask irrelevant questions or high-end questions to the freshers. I have not seen, at least I have not seen. If they ask, it might be because of the CTC. It depends what is the number they are looking for. It again depends on the CTC they are giving. If the CTC is something like, if you're talking about a company like Google, Microsoft, LinkedIn, all those companies, wherein selections are less, then obviously the quality of questions will be higher. They want to, they are the niche companies, so they want niche people to work for them. If the company is a mass recruiter, they normally do not ask unrealistic questions, and they ask very, uh, medium range or intermediate questions from the beginners or freshers. Yeah, hope I was able to answer. Thank you, Shikhar. Thanks for your comment. Yeah, do we have any other question? Sai Krishna. Sai Krishna is asking, I'm a person with problem stutter. Will the interviewer understand my problem or just say that your English was not up to fluency? Will they reject on this point? See, two things are there. It's not about, see, communication is not about English. Krishna, communication is not at all about English. Communication, I don't know whether it comes or not in Doordarshan during my child days and all. 7:30, if I'm not wrong, 7 to 7:30 in Doordarshan DD News or DD1, there used to come news. First, it used to come in Hindi, then Urdu, and then it was coming in for the special abled people who cannot hear, right? So there, they were not saying anything. Symbolic things were there. They used to body movement happens. Facial expressions were there, hand expressions were there, and they used to tell them most of the things. There also communication was happening, right? The person who cannot speak, right? They also communicate. So communication is different from English, and English is something which can be learned just like this. Sai Krishna, believe me, I don't know whether I should tell on the forum or not. I'm from Bihar. I'm from a state called Bihar, where I was taught saw, and saw. Three S are there, right? SH, right? So Shilpa was also called Silpa. Saraswati was Saraswati. And Shadyantra was also Shadyantra for us. It took some time for us to understand. But once you start thinking, once you have understood, it is what, where is the difficulty, my dear friends? The difficulty is in understanding what is your weakness. You reminded me of another theory called SWOT analysis. In management, you have, now in engineering also this one, SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. SWOT, SWOT analysis. Before doing SWOT for others, for the society, for the company, for the college, for anybody else, we must do our SWOT analysis. What is my strength? What is my weakness? What is the opportunity which is there in the surrounding environment, in the industry, according to my skills? And who is the threat? What is the threat? Maybe communication is your threat. Let's work on that. Somebody is really good, better than you. Job requirement is one. 5 eligible candidates are there, and you see yourself as third number. Then what you have to do? Other 2 members, to keep them back or to grab the opportunity for yourself, you should start working rather than thinking, okay, they are the toppers, they will get it, I will never get. You have that caliber. You know you are already behind 2 people. Put extra, that extra plus ordinary will make you extraordinary. Do something extraordinary and achieve it. So English is nothing which cannot be learned, but English is not a must. But I'm not saying that does not mean English is not good and you will get it. English is something which is required. Why? Because India has a lot of languages, and the common language should have been any of the language should have been a common language, national language. But having working in the industry, most of the companies, our most of the project comes from other countries and all. So what happens? English is one language which is acceptable by most of the countries, and at least in India, most of the cities, Most of nowadays, the villages also people are speaking English, so that is fine. They'll not reject. Most of the companies will understand your point, your caliber rather than your English. But having good, it will be ice on the cake. Cake is good, right? Having icing done on the cake, just go for it. Yeah, thank you. Hope Sai, I was able to clear. Okay, Sai Charan has another question. Does internship play an important role for placement? Definitely, yes. Definitely. How many is the number is not the question. It is AICT recommendation now. Minimum one internship is a must. Different universities has their own criteria and the rule and regulations and that. From 1 to 3, they ask students should have maximum internship will give you maximum job. See, sitting in the class, what you do? Sitting in the class, you learn theory. Going in the lab, what you do? You practice on that theory. Going to the industry and doing the internship, what you do? You utilize the lesson or the technology you have learned in your classroom and lab together. You practice and see whether it is working or not. So better hands-on, the best hands-on you will get only you practice it live, isn't it? Yeah. So hope I was clear, Charan. There is no number specific. It should be knowledge specific. You love it, you do it. Okay, we have a question from Sudha. Sudha is asking if someone wants to improve their skill set, their option should be opted or should be opting a startup or a well-established company. Very good question, Sudha. Very good question. This class is for you. Now, there is a myth. There is a myth in the industry. A lot of people think um, if I'm not getting in MNC, what I will do because I don't have criteria, I'll go to startup. It does not happen that way. Try to understand what is startup. Startup is a company which is not financially too sound, but has got very good concept, which want to grow in the market. They have limitation of fund. The moment they have limitation of fund, they don't want to take people who are not outstanding. They don't mind giving extra salary. Suppose 10 lakh is the salary which should be given for one professional. They will give 12 lakh, 15 lakh. They will extract double the work. They are very much clear about their thought process. Salary is never the constant for them. Right people are the constant. If somebody is feeling, yeah, I have 5 CGPA and I'm technically 5 CGPA can startup can accept 5 CGPA. Startup can accept you being the failure. If you show them the caliber that being a failure, you failed in one subject, but you have tested the flavor of being a failure and now you are an achiever. Now you are a person who understand what happens if somebody fails, or at least you have learned how not to fail this time. If you can communicate this, people will take you and they will give you a very good salary. So again, it is challenging. Working in startup is challenging job. You don't think a startup is something who has started working now, so my life will be easy. No, your life is going to be a hell in the startup, but a lot of learning will be there. If somebody is really passionate about learning, doing something great, so in a startup, what happens? Number of people working on certain technologies or a lot of things will be done by few people. So you will be exposed to this, that. You'll be the salesperson, you'll be the marketer, you'll be the person who is doing admin job, you will be the person who will be doing developing, testing, everything. In an MNC, what happens? It is process oriented. One project is given to somebody, your manager will be there, he's handling that, and under the manager 10 people are there, you are working on specific job. Every time you do the same job. So what happens? You become the expert of that, but you do not know what is happening next. Who is your client? In a startup, it may happen, who is your client? You understand the requirement of the client on your own and you own that. So ownership is more in startup, where in the MNCs and all, you don't get that kind of ownership. Involvement will not be there. But Coming to the salary and all, it again depends which kind of startup you work for. Few companies will give you a starting salary very less, but most of the startups value people and the resources and the talent they have. So it is an open ended question, very difficult to answer. According to me, my personal experience is, if you get an opportunity to start your career with startup, you should go, you must go. But getting a job in startup will be difficult rather than MNCs. Yeah, hope I was able to clear you your doubts, Sudha. Yeah, next question. Okay, Umar is Umra Muhammad. Okay, uh, free learning resources for quantitative aptitude. Okay. There are actually many. If you go Google out the quantitative aptitude, a lot of companies or a lot of portals are there where you can take tests, you can do learning. YouTube is available nowadays with some stuff, add-ons and all, advertisement and all to come. But a lot of things could be, if you are looking for resources for learning, like getting trained, a lot of things are there. Number two, you can get in touch with Mr. Vigneshwaran as well. He has his own channel through which we are here now. So I'm sure he'll be doing a lot of things. If he invite, we can do something together as well on the request of the student quantitative aptitude. Otherwise, if you go to Google nowadays, everything is available, Mohammed, and the test as well. A lot of companies are there which have portals and all. I cannot name the portal. Why? Because it will go as a branding, or I'm not paid. As I'm not paid, why should I brand? Right. Can we have the next question, please? Why is it that IT companies mainstream recruit only soft? Why? Because you are talking about IT company, right? When you talk about IT company, okay. Once again, let me read out. Why is it that IT companies mainstream recruit only software developer, engineers, coders, sales, marketing, graphics designer, etc.? Why? Because we are talking about IT industry, right? If you talk about you know uh, milk dairy, right? What can be the product out of milk dairy? Milk products. We can have rasgulla out of that, gulab jamun out of that, ghee, milk. We can have curd out of that, rabdi out of that. Any item or the product which can be made out of milk. So they would require somebody who has got expertise in all those products, right? Making the product, selling the product. So if you talk about IT companies, okay, the question has come this way: why they recruit only IT sales and all? Why don't they look for somebody who wishes to work in IT infrastructure, networking, administration? So, are you trying to ask the MNCs don't do, or you are asking about student why they don't do? If you are talking about companies why they don't have, every company has. Tarun, every company. It is maybe you are not getting to know, but if you try finding out IT kind of job and all different kind of job. Okay, could you answer this from the point of view of college campus placement? Okay, Tarun, okay. The question is coming back to me, considering why I am not doing or any of the placement officer or college does not do. See, dear friend, what happens as a student? As a student, your expectations will be what will be the CTC. CTC in any job, CTC is cost to company or the salary, right? Pay capacity. At the time of admission, most of the parents do come to us, or most of, if you remember, just go back 4 years back, 3 years back, when you thought of, you did your PUC and you thought, okay, you'll go for professional course, maybe engineering or any other industry. When you went to visit the college, what was the first question? Apart from having seen the library, laboratories, meeting principal, director, different folds at the college, stakeholders of the college, everybody had one question in your mind: what will be the CTC? Your parents would have asked, your mother, sisters, father, brother, whoever would have come. They all would have asked, what is the salary which student get on an average in this college? What is the highest salary, sir? So everybody wish to get highest salary and salary, right? Good salary. So good salary and highest salary comes in software development rather than into software infrastructure. ITIS job has got a lot of requirements. Agree. A lot of companies do. Personally, what I do in our college, what we do, we give equal weightage to all kind of job. Why? Because we say it is equal opportunity to a student. If student X gets into IT infrastructure and he gets into software developer as well, it is a choice to you. Where do you want to work? Depending upon the quality of job, different kind of profiles, or the salary, or the place where you are going to work, according to the shift, according to the place, how far is that company from your house. So all those things, flexibilities are given. But having said the again first question, what will be the cities? Most of the companies have higher cities for software developer for software developer job role. So obviously the companies will look into, or the colleges will look into those kind of jobs at their college or university rather than infrastructure. But it is open to infrastructure sales and other things also. Designing job will have better salaries, wherein latest technologies are used will have always, because see, support is support. Support is to support. If you talk about a BPO, KPO, you talk about infrastructure support, you talk about telecalling support, you talk about email chat support, right? Chat supports and all are there. So bots can do all those things. So salary of those professionals are normally lesser than any developers or testers. So that shows that hope that answers to your questions. Why company point of contact? If you talk about point of view from campus placements, why we focus more on that? Why? Because we want you to get placed there and outshine in your life. But we do not say that support job is not good. Salary of support job will be little lesser, but opportunities will be more. Number of hiring will be more. Hope I was clear, Tarun. Yeah. Can we have the next question? Sai Charan. Okay. That is why face has got that mechanical, mask. Okay. I am mechanical student and I hate coding. You should. India is a democratic country. So democracy says ki you can hate somebody, you can love somebody. Similar goes for coding. Somebody can love it, somebody can hate it. But so many companies coming for hiring students are IT companies. Only few are from core companies. What should I need to do? Sai Charan, it is survival of the fittest. You know the jungle story, no? Jungle story says survival of the fittest. As per the requirement. SWOT analysis also says know your strength, know your weakness, know the opportunity. If the opportunity is into IT industry, you must try for IT industry. That does not mean your question will be being a mechanical engineer. Why should I go and why should I join IT company? You should be thankful to IT company or industry which is accepting a mechanical engineer, giving equal weightage to you. Unfortunately, Make in India has started, but it will take its own time to showcase in terms of job market. Gone are the days when IT used to lead and there were no jobs or much jobs for mechanical engineers. Mechanical engineer, electronics engineer, electrical engineer, all those engineers will have a lot of jobs now because manufacturing is going to happen in India. The thing have started, it will show slowly. Now higher posts are getting, vacancies are coming for experienced people. Slowly it will come to, as the number increases, a lot of opportunities will come to freshers as well. As in case of IT. IT, if you see long back, a decade back or 2 decades back, it was not doing so good. We had only support job. We have started developing also. So that kind of job has come. Mechanical also will have. Now, you keep trying for mechanical engineering core job. Parallelly, do not leave any opportunity of IT as well, at least as a backup. Why? Because you need to have money to survive, right? To be in the industry, learn something. IT is not bad. It is not like you will not learn anything. Only in mechanical field you can learn. You can learn a lot of things like discipline, coming on time, going on time, having a if we are talking about group efforts, leadership skills, communication, all those things, interpersonal skills and all, being in the organization, you'll learn all those things. So you should try. At last you have asked what should I need to do or what do I need to do. So you need to keep applying for the jobs which are open to you. Parallelly, don't leave your passion of being a very good mechanical folk. So if you want to work for mechanical industry, keep struggling for that and you will achieve. Thank you. Can we have the next question, please? Okay, Umra's question last time was one or two liner. This time it is little big. Very good. Good to see that. Sir, I am BTech Computer Science, 2013 pass out, and I have worked for 3 years in BPO industry. But now I want to join software industry. How can I get into job without any fake experience? Very good. Fake experience, my dear friend, is something which you must not do, which should not be done. At any point of time, you will get caught. It is better to tell ki what industry you were there. Suppose Umrah is 2013 pass out, and he or she, because Umrah Muhammad, I feel seeing Umrah, it looks like she. So, my dear friend, okay. Anyways, okay. Another question. What course do I need to learn and how to get high salary package? Now, Python machine learning is something which is mostly independent of programming skills. If you do not know Python, if you want to learn without knowing C, C++, Java and all much I'm telling, you can do. But as you are from computer science engineering background, a lot of things you will be knowing. Start learning all those things, anything called Python, machine learning, Internet of Things, or go to basics of Java or C++ if you are good in. Have expertise of that. HTML, CSS will be knowing. Website designing and all you can learn. But having a gap of 7 or 8 years, because you have never worked for software industry, it looks a little difficult, but कोशिश करने वाले की कभी हार नहीं. My dear friend, if you want to do it and you keep doing it, it will happen. So any of the course of your choice you can do. If you are good in sales, try for sales. A lot of business development opportunities do come. Computer science engineers, if you are good in digital marketing, you should try for digital marketing because everything is going virtual. A lot of digital marketers are required. And coming about what should I do to hire the package salary? Again, it depends what kind of requirements are there. You will be giving a try as a fresher. So much higher salary of the range 3 to 5 lakh is what you can expect as a fresher normally, unless it is one outstanding company which gives you a salary of 10 to 12 lakh. So salary of 3 to 5 for a fresher is decent. If you have requirement of more than that, do some niche courses. Niche courses like Internet of Things and all you can do. Cyber security you can do. You can go into Salesforce. Salesforce is something which has again administrator kind of requirements. You have developer kind of requirement. So different verticals are there. So you can try all those things. Robotic process automation is doing good. RPA. If you talk about RPA and all, everything, bots and all, most of the, if you go to website and all nowadays, may I help you are all bots, right? Even banking and all, SBI Bank and all, if you see, may I help you, right? So you will have somebody to help you. If you write, my name is this, what is your name? They will only, good afternoon, good morning. So if you ask certain questions, they will answer you back. So bots are there. So if you can make a bot, nothing like that. So you can learn all those things. Hope I was clear, Umrah. Yeah. Nirman is asking, sir, due to this pandemic, we won't get many intern opportunity. We get okay. This is another thing which I will tell Nirman. I don't know which industry you belong to or which branch you belong to. Internship opportunities are huge. Go to AICT portal. Okay, do this now. AICT portal. Either you go to AICT portal, otherwise go to Google and just write AICTE internship opportunities or internship opportunities under AICT scheme. It will navigate you to AICT portal. Lot of opportunities, more than lakhs of individual opportunities are available at AICTE portal, which is launched recently. India is doing fantastic in terms of internship opportunities nowadays. Earlier it was a problem. Now it is available for mechanical engineer, mining, which was very much not open to people. Otherwise, another portal can be again. I'm not paid from Internshala, but yes, Internshala is one portal where you should register. But as Internshala is a platform to the student and the companies will put their requirement and the student who want to work can work. So there is a disclaimer. It can happen. Certain times you might be asked to pay for that. So be very cautious about that. Have your profile on Internshala, write all the details, give the details, which industry do you belong to, and then a lot of calls will come to you. Choose using your brain. Choose among out of that you must choose which is the best technology you should work and which company you should. A lot of opportunities to come. As just my case, being the placement head of Eastpoint group of institutions, still I have done two internships on Internshala myself, wherein I was paid. It was not about money making or something. I wanted to see what my students are doing. Are they really doing something, or these all jobs are coming? A lot of jobs come. If you go to Internshala, more than 2,000, 4,000 internship opportunities are open. 4,000 companies and all would have paid, posted their internship opportunities. So, normal that you can do. AICT you can go. Under NEET program also a lot of internship do come. And another thing is Internshala you can go. And if you go to Google internship opportunities, too many will come. But be precise to select the right ones, because a lot of fraud also happens during this virtual world. Okay. We get only few opportunities doing internship online equal to in-plant training. We lack industrial experience, right? Industrial experience, definitely yes. In-plant training is something which you go if you are from technology. I think in-plant training when you are talking about, I'm sure you are from mechanical or any relevant core branch. If you are from core branch, hands-on is different. Yes, online virtual internships are different. But during the pandemic, we don't have any other goal. This is the new normal. Accept it. Accept with smile. Why? Because smile will not cost you anything now, but it will help you to be happy. Accept it with smile. Be lucky. Be thankful to God that you are alive. Many could not survive. You have survived. Be happy about that rather than thinking about this bad atmosphere, bad time which is going on. Be happy about whatever we have. Yeah. Thank you. Can we have the next question? Siddharth is asking, sir, what all kind of on-campus activities should a student participate in to help him showcase his leadership and management skills? One is if you are in the final year, probably you should participate and come on time. Come on time, keep speaking, participate as much as possible. Being in the pre-final year in the my college, what I have started second year and third year student pre-final year, and 1 year before that, those students as a coordinator, placement coordinator. What happens? Because they are the one who speak to the client, who welcome the client. Obviously, under my training, I would have personally mentored everyone, and I would have identified 10, 15 people who can be given the ownership at this point of time. Okay, you become the owner. Go and bring HR from the parking. Greet them well. Obviously, they have to greet them well, ask them this, that, and keep talking to them. In the group discussion round, you can go inside, just listen how it is happening. So, what happens with this? They get to know a lot of things. If in case you're in the final year, what you can do is you participate more. Which kind of participation? In the sense, the drives you are eligible for, you must participate for all those. Showcase your best skills. If you are not eligible, or you are already placed, or you are not looking for some opportunities, go help out your placement cell. Tell them, yeah, I am in final year. I am getting a lot of opportunities. Now this is my turn to show my gratitude to you. Have the attitude of gratitude. Go back to them and tell, okay, may I help you? So, do you want to make the database? Should I help you in that? Do you want me to help you in coordinating this drive, which is not for me? Suppose you are from computer science engineering, and there is a drive for mechanical engineering where you cannot sit. So you can extend your service to the placement department. They'll be really happy, and you will get a lot of things to learn from them. I'm sure if you stay there for 8-10 hours in the campus and be with placement team or HR or other buddies, you'll have a lot of learning from them. It is the attitude of learning. You should be open to learn. What happens in India, unfortunately, we have a lot of gyan to give, not to take. Yeah, a lot of knowledge we have. We want to give knowledge to everybody, but we are not open to hear. But if you see your infrastructure in the sense the body which government God has given you. We have one mouth and 2 ears. We should hear twice than what we speak. But ulta, what happens? We speak more and hear less. What we feel? 1 year voice should come, another year it should go up. No, it should come from both. It should be processed. It should be kept. It should be utilized that through mouth, and we should think twice before speaking. Yeah. Hope Siddharth, I was able to clear your doubt or give you some tips. Leadership, right? Show that during the show you can show the leadership, crowd management, handling the people, keeping the HR happy, giving them what is required. Coffee is not there, they have asked, okay, you have given the coffee option of, sir, would you like to have tea or coffee, right? This question is asked during the interview to the HR. Panelist says, somebody says, I would like to go for coffee, somebody says, I want tea, and suddenly one of the directors says, can I have black coffee without milk? You feel, oh, what is this? There comes your management skill, crisis management. You don't have, how do you manage? There comes another lady who says, can I have a tea sugarless? I've got sugar, I want sugarless tea. Again, another problem. So crisis management, management skill, leadership skill. You need not to go and ask all those things again. Ideally, what students will do, or the coordinator will do, they will go to placement department, they will tell, so strange, we have two flasks, one for tea, one for coffee. Somebody is asking black coffee, somebody is asking sugarless coffee. Where will we get four flasks, number one? And where should we get tea and coffee from? It will take a lot of time. Wherein you also know what will be the answer. They will tell somehow manage. So you should have managed. What you should have done, you should have sent somebody to bring all those, then come and tell, this was the problem, sir. I gave this solution. I tried this. Are you okay with? Then ask for. They'll be very happy. Oh, great. You did give the solution also to the problem. So this is different. Differential. Hope you understood. Yeah. Next question, please. So can we have the next question? Yeah, Umra is asking. Okay, Sai Charan, thank you so much. Okay, that heart is from a friend to a friend. Thank you. Okay, Umra is asking how to answer gap in the job. Very simple, by mouth. Okay, what we will answer, Umra, here is how do we answer the year gap, right? You can always tell. This was I graduated in the year 2013. At that point of time, I sat for few drives. I could not crack it. I'm just giving one scenario. If I was at your place, I would have done this. 2013, I graduated. I have done my engineering from computer science and engineering. During my studies, or during at the time when I passed out, I cleared my engineering or done my engineering. I was not very good at certain skills of programming skill. So I sat for few companies. I did not clear. Fortunately, I cleared another drive which was into BPO. It was my financial commitment which made me to start my job into BPO. But tell them you are happy about, means you were happy taking that offer and you are thankful that it was extended. You cannot say BPO is something which is not good. The moment you say, they'll think, okay, what is this? The girl or the boy or the candidate is not happy. So tomorrow they will tell, I'm not happy with this, and they will talk negative about the company. No, I was really happy. I learned a lot of things. I'm thankful to my manager and the company. And you talk about something about BPO, and then you tell. Then I realized it was all night shift. Suppose it is going to be a night shift. It was all night shift, and I am my age says, or I have a family, I have a kid, or something similar to that. So my family commitments now at present, this is the requirement that I must do something better in terms of timing and salary. Salary is a constant which has come. I am thankful to the company. They have given me the best salary as per their industry standards. But my requirements are a little bit, and I wanted to do something. Then I realized I should try something in technology. I have worked on that, and now I have realized I must give a try to IT industry or into software development thing. If you showcase you were not good, which you realized, and you did what is realized, two things are there. SWOT analysis says weakness. What are your weaknesses, and what do you do for that? It is not a okay. I am weak in communication. What do you do? Nothing, sir. I know my communication is bad, sir. I'm telling. Why you are asking me again? Same English questions. My English is bad. That's all. No, your English is bad, you must do. Your programming skills were bad, it was not so good, it was bad. You did it, realized, now you are thinking, you have practiced, you have done some certain certification or course, and now you feel you are fit for this. You are giving a fair, opportunity to yourself to be in IT industry into software development. I'm sure everybody will be happy about after listening to this. They will have a lot of things to learn out of this. Normally, people quit. You are not a quitter. You are a winner. You are somebody who is passionate about doing something. You have achieved. Tomorrow also you may achieve something great. Hope I was clear, Umra.
Yes, sir. So we actually have a like would say an array of questions lined up also. So
Okay.
like I thought no, it will be a wind, but it has turned to a storm right now. Yes, and I think you were like beautifully handling the storm of questions also, sir. Like giving all the learners right an insight about how to take on things. Yes, and I can see this is going to be a never-ending process. They are going to come up with a lot of questions. They still have a lot of questions. So I know that you have a time constraint. You have another
So,
session lined up as well. It was really nice of you to keep that waited and still going for all these questions. So I thought we'll do the necessary arrangements so that all the questions are answered. But I would also want you to carry on with your job, because I know you have another session. I don't want this bothering
so,
that. Right. So
the dear participants, what has happened? What we thought of doing this for 40 minutes to 1 hour max. That's what
yes,
was my commitment to Mr. Vigneshwaran. Sir has asked 11 to 12, and I'm surprised to see this is 12:49. I did not
yes,
realize the time has gone just like that. I have another
yes,
session to start. I could see a lot of questions, and I'm really happy to have this kind of energetic people, audience, so-called friends. Sorry, all my friends are so energetic and passionate. I assure you one thing. What I will do is the way you people have joined, I will also join this same channel with the same link as an audience, and I will try to answer most of your questions. That I promise. The
yes.
questions which are unanswered because of time will not be unanswered at all. It will be answered within a day or two max. That is a promise from your another friend by the name Dhananjay Kumar. Back to sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'd like to thank you, for your time and effort. I know how tight your schedule was. We had tough time to actually slot in also, right? Now, despite all the challenges you have before and after the session, it was, I think, I have borrowed your time more than what I've asked for also. Yes. So thank you for, for this commitment, sir. And the way you have taken the session, I'd say it was a really great one, and eye opener for many people here. Yes, the insights that you have provided. No, normally when we talk about campus placements, we say it has got three stages. It starts with aptitude, then GD, technical, and behavior. We finish off with that. But today, you have given a new perspective itself. You have told us what happens before the day of interview and what happens on the day of interview. That itself was, I would say, a new way of looking at interview process. You have broken down the scenario stage wise. You have told us what to expect, how to go for it, and for you to mention the pre-placement talks. It's like now getting married to a job. Now you have given a different definition of pre-placement talks itself. No, a lot of I'd say interesting metaphors were also given that will, I'd say just be in the, like in a memory forever, sir. Right? Thank you very much for that. I think your presence have made this occasion a grand and more impactful one, sir. I think a lot of us have learned a great deal from you. I wish we continue to learn from you also, sir. We'll plan and we'll try to work out, because I can see there are now I can there are a lot of questions to be answered. They still have like a storm waiting, like which is not to be unleashed on us. So we'll plan something and we'll go for it. So, yes, thank you very much.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. So for the learners, I have small thing, one theory that is called. I have heard from one of my mentor by the name Amit Pandey. So, sir, what he has taught me and to many people, I would like to let my friends know today. If somebody, a lot of people told year gap is there, how to do this, how do I achieve something, my communication is not good, it is difficult to learn technologies, I'm from mechanical engineering, how do I get into IT, so all those. So everything is new at once, everything is new for you for the first time, right? Once you start doing that, it becomes old. So the theory says, theory name is 7 21 90 theory. That is 7, number 21, 90 theory. That is, if anything you do for 7 days, if a new thing which you feel it is difficult, you should give a try for 7 days. What will happen? You will be used to that. That you will be used to that. Then after seventh day, you will feel you have a kind of bond with that, and it does not come so strange to you. If you keep practicing the same thing for 21 days, it will become your habit. And what is habit, my dear friend? Habit is something which comes on its own, right? 7 days, 21 days. If you continue the same thing for 90 days, dear friends, it will become your lifestyle. And when something becomes your lifestyle, nobody can take you out from that. It comes on its own. You keep doing this. You remember, if somebody is a rider, what you do, you talk on phone, you look into here, there, it comes on its own, right? When you have a mobile phone and the call comes, what do? Khatak, and where does it go? It goes on its own. So that becomes your habit. 7, 21, 90 days. If you follow this, nothing is impossible for that, because the name impossible is I am possible. Thank you so much, dear participants. Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me here. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, for all of you, thank you for your time with us. I think we have made it worthwhile. Yeah, right. And for the questions which are yet to be answered, right. I'll see to it that those questions, you get the answers for it. Just because of the time constraint, I have to, cut it short. Cut short it. Okay. And yes, there is one last point. Again, take care of yourself. Stay home, safe. Get yourself vaccinated. Yes. Okay. Right. And we have a series of like learnings, which I have planned for you. So I hope, I'll keep you informed about all that, so that you are prepared, to the best of your abilities when you go for the placements, right? And my best wishes for everyone who is going for your placements there. Yes.